I've tested a bunch of different methods to grill a pizza on a Weber Kettle, and this one gives the best and most consistent results. To do it, you'll need an elevated cooking grate, and I made one out of a charcoal grate from an 18-inch kettle. You'll also need some stainless steel bolts, nuts, and washers. Now make sure that they're stainless and don't be tempted to buy the zinc ones, because galvanized metal puts off toxic gases at barbecue temperatures. The charcoal grate needs legs to elevate off the normal grilling surface. You'll need 3 washers and 3 nuts for each one. To make the leg, put a washer on the bolt and put the hole in the grate so that the washer is sitting on top of it. Then add another washer that will sit on the bottom and secure it all together with a nut. Once that's in place, we'll use another nut that will hold the lower washer and then add the last nut on top of that. Now this part will be the foot of the leg, so it's supported on the grill grate you'll already have. And don't forget to tighten everything up so it doesn't fall apart. You'll need to repeat this process for the other 2 legs, which will give you a nice, sturdy base. Out of the grill, open the vents all the way for maximum airflow. Now my grill has some leftover charcoal and a few chunks of wood for flavor. I'm going to add a chimney of fully lit charcoal right on top and let it sit for a few minutes to light the wood and the other coals before I spread them out into a ring shape. Now you want to have an empty spot in the center when you're done, kind of like a donut, to avoid burning your crust. That radiant heat from the coals will heat up your stone or pan beyond the air temperature, and that is the hardest part about grilling pizza in a kettle. Then add your cooking grate and your new elevated cooking grate. Try to get it to as close to the center as possible so you don't bang your lid on it. Now let the coals in the pan preheat for 10 minutes with the lid shut. Now if the temperatures aren't quite high enough, you could always stoke the coals with your hairdryer, or add a few wood chunks on top of the coals because wood burns a little bit harder than charcoal. Now you want your lid temps to be somewhere between 350 degrees Fahrenheit and 450 degrees. But even at 350 degrees Fahrenheit, your pan is going to be much hotter. Here's the pepperoni pizza I made. I used whole wheat flour to keep it from sticking to the peel, which works as well as cornmeal, but doesn't burn as easy on the grill. So give it a little shake before you lift the lid to make sure it isn't stuck. Then put it on the cast iron pan and shut the lid as quickly as possible. Don't be tempted to take a peek while it's cooking. That's going to let all the heat out. Instead, look in the vent and you'll see that the crust is browning and the cheese is melted. Then you can lift the lid at just the right moment when it's done. I didn't rotate it during the cook, and the bottom crust turned out perfect after about 12 minutes with a lid temp of 350. I also made a barbecue chicken, caramelized onion, and gorgonzola cheese pizza at 400 degrees, and it cooked about 2 minutes faster. The key is not to stress about the temperatures, and you'll be rewarded with good pizza. Now if you like this video, consider subscribing and check out my pizza playlist for more grilled pizza how-to videos.